Welcome everyone to another edition of Hammer Horror Blu-Ray Review, and this time we are going back into the Transylvanian mountains, and we are going deep into Dracula's castle for The Scars of Dracula. Starring Christopher Lee, Dennis Waterman, Ginley Hanley, Christopher Matthews, and the second Doctor himself, Patrick Troughton as Clove, Dracula's assistant. So, before we get looking at the case and everything, I want to briefly talk about this film. This is probably the weakest of Lee's Draculas. I believe the Dracula films, they did like 11 films. Lee was in 9 of them. And one of the reasons why Lee did the role, so he would come back and do the role as long as he did, was out of loyalty to the head of Hammer, who basically blackmailed him into doing Dracula Has Risen from the Grave by basically insinuating that if he didn't do the film, then he would put a lot of people out of work, because they had the film. They basically promised U.S. distributors who would finance the film that, oh yeah, Lee's going to be in this thing. He's going to play Dracula. So it was, and that came back to bite him in the butt. And we'll talk about that in when we review the film, Taste the Blood of Dracula. But in this film, this blows out all the continuity that had been developed all the way from Horror of Dracula to Taste the Blood of Dracula. We're now back in Transylvania. We're now back at Dracula's castle. The lead hero is mundane. It feels like Lee is going through the motions, and it's just not great. The only saving grace in this film is Patrick Troughton's performance. This is probably one of the best Troughton performances that was non-Doctor Who for him. And believe it or not, Troughton did a lot of films for Hammer. He was in Phantom of the Opera, The Gorgon. He played the Body Snatcher in Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. Just to name a few of the films that he did for Hammer. But this one here is probably one of his most best performances he did for Hammer, in my opinion. So, and this being the start of the 70s, they wanted to take full advantage of the restrictions that was being loosened up by the film organizations, the ratings of films. So they use nudity in this film. So there is brief nudity in this film. But overall, as I say, this is a mundane Dracula film. So anyway, let's go and look at the actual Blu-ray itself now. So you can see here the artwork, as you can see in the picture. I do believe that is the original movie poster. So, and you can see it's kind of weird. It's a greenish, yellowish color for his skin, but you can see looking very sinister and such. And you can see the innocent heroine and such as that. So on the back, there's a nice shot of Patrick Troughton as Clove and Christopher Lee. So, and we open up the case, you can see there's just a nice shot of a scene from in the film of Lee and Henley, and you can see the actual DVD itself. So, what special features do you get on this Blu-ray release? Well, you get the 2 aspect ratios. You get the 1 by 66 by 1 and the 1 by 85 by 1. You get new audio commentary by film historian Konstantin Oster and filmmaker, film historian Ted Newsman. Blood rituals inside the blood of Scars of Dracula, excuse me, not the blood of Dracula, but the Scars of Dracula, behind the scenes making of the film. Audio commentary with star Christopher Lee and director Roy Ward Baker, moderated by Hammer Films historian Marcus Herlin. Theatrical trailer and still gallery. You know, yeah, I find this interesting that Christopher Lee did the commentary for this film. You know, I actually decided to sit down and listen to what he has to say about this film. I wonder how bad he went off on this film. It would be interesting to find out what he had to say about this film. So, anyway, this is what Blu-ray looks like. I do own this film on DVD in its original release when it was released by Anchor Bay in their Hammer collection. As you can see there, as you can see in the picture, there's Christopher Lee, the sinister red eyes and the blood. You can notice here, it says, limited edition includes a bonus DVD, the many faces of Christopher Lee, and two Christopher Lee music videos. Yes, he made music videos. So, as you can see there, there's the back. You can see in the picture of the back, and in the front, you can see the two discs there. There's the actual movie on the left, and on the right is the many faces of Christopher Lee. And then you can see the little slit in there, the movie poster and such. So, and special features, the audio commentary, which we previously mentioned, with Christopher Lee and Roy Ward Baker, UK trailer, US combo trailer, posters and still galleries, bio talents. Just so you know, out of another little side note here, this film was done on double billing with horror of Frankenstein. That way they can double bill it and kind of make a little more money is how they did that. But anyway, this film is out of print on DVD. You're going to pay a buttload of money to get it on DVD. Might as well just pay the money and get it on Blu-ray. Now, if you are a Christopher Lee fan, you do want it for your collection. If you are a pure Hammer Dracula fan, you want it for your collection. Or if you're a pure Hammer Horror fan, you want it for your collection. But if you're just I like my vampire movies, but I don't have to have every vampire movie, you may want to skip it. Like I said, to me, this is one of the weakest of the Dracula movies done by Hammer. I think they were just going through the motions on this one. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for your great support. Don't forget to check out all the other great content on the Geek This Week YouTube channel. And we'll catch you back for much, much more.